Hi guys! So it's November 17th, 2015, and it's a little bit more than halfway through the month, which means it's a little bit more than halfway through NaNoWriMo. I've had some difficulties this month, just because the start of the month was really rough for me, and I didn't really write that much. My book didn't really have a direction. I'm not gonna lie, until like, I don't know, last week maybe? But now I'm on a roll and it's actually like going somewhere. But I have tips, I guess, for people who are doing NaNoWriMo or just want to write a book in general, like in a, timely manner. You don't want to take like 5 years to write a book. So I have like 5 that I wrote down like off the top of my head. And this is just what works for me. It might not work for you, might work for you. If you have any other tips, I'm always about tips for writing and editing and stuff, so share them. Tip number 1. I did this. You didn't have to see it. Tip number 1. Write the same time every day, which sounds kind of like obvious, maybe, but I find that if I have like some kind of a routine to when I have to sit down and do it, and even if it's not the same time, like maybe the same place, like have some kind of routine, or like you drink the same drink every time you write this story, or listen to the same music or something, just so you have like this cue for your brain. It goes, oh, it's this time, or I'm sitting in this chair, so it means I have to write for this long. Tip number 2, don't edit. And I'm not saying when you're done with the book, obviously. When you're writing a NaNoWriMo book especially, I have a tendency to go back to the day before and read what I did, but it wasn't until like maybe last year that I stopped editing what I did the day before I wrote for that day. It's just a habit, and you might not like what you wrote that day, but it's not time to edit, it's time to write. So as long as you just get the words out, you can always fix it later. Don't worry about it now. My professor always used to say, allow yourself to write the worst thing possible when you're writing a rough draft. And it's always stuck with me because it works. You just write. Don't judge yourself while you're writing. Don't always think like, ooh, this isn't good, this isn't what I want, this isn't where I think it's supposed to go. Just let it happen. Get the words out. You can always fix, rewrite later. It might end up being a tiny bit more work in the long run, but you're getting it done faster. Number 3, don't compare. And it's hard because NaNoWriMo is a great time for community of writers to get together, not just on the site, but on social media, and, just to come together and collectively be in the same boat of writing a book, going through the pain and joy of it. And it's really cool. That's why I like it every year. Like, I feel like every month I'm writing a book or a rough draft of something, but NaNoWriMo is like special because everybody else, or at least like a lot of the people I know, are doing it. But it's hard not to compare yourself to what other people are doing, because a lot of people like they're proud of their word counts or whatever, and they post them everywhere, and maybe you have less words than that, or maybe you have more words than that, but you don't think they're good or something. It's important not to compare what you're doing, and that's important the whole time you're writing. Like, don't compare yourself to other authors. It's just, you can in a like a constructive way, I guess, but like, people do writing different ways. They have different processes than you. They might write fast a lot better than you, or they might be able to sit uninterrupted for 5 hours a day to write, and you have like 20 minutes. It's just, different variables. As long as you get the 50,000 done at the end of November, you all win. 4. Writing sprints. I use these a lot, and they're not, like, there's ones you can do on, like, Twitter or Facebook, I think. Maybe Facebook, I don't know. I know there's ones you can do on Twitter where people will be like, okay, for the next hour, you just write for the next hour. And, like, a lot of people will use, like, a hashtag or something, and then you, at the end of the hour, you post how many words you wrote. And it's, like, a little fun competition thing. Or you can do it with your friends. You don't have to do, like, a formal hashtag thing. I do this thing where I have a timer on my phone, or I have a kitchen timer. I don't know where it is. It's a little pumpkin. But, I'll put 10 minutes on my phone timer, and I will do nothing but write for that 10 minutes. It doesn't matter if there's typos. It doesn't matter if there's just, like, shit on a page. It doesn't matter, you know, as long as it's, you know, coming out and I'm non-stop writing for those 10 minutes, I get a 10-minute break to do whatever the hell I want. I can watch YouTube videos or, pet the guinea pigs. And by the way, if you hear purring and squeaking, that's them. Or bells. And so, yeah, those really work for me, especially when I'm having, like, a rough time concentrating, or, like, I keep flipping back to, like, other stuff I'm supposed to be doing or something. I really find that when I'm writing, the 10-minute sprints are just enough, because they, you know, it's, like, not a lot of time, but it feels like a lot of time when you're doing it. And when you're, like, I can usually write about 500 words in 10 minutes, which I don't know if that's a lot or a little, but I don't know. After a few times of doing that, I'm done with my word count for the day, and it goes by a lot faster than if I just sit down and I'm like, I have to write this many words, I have to get, like, 1,000 words done. They're being so cute. I hope you can hear that. They're so cute. Purring. Yeah, and I also use, like, anything that helps you, like, count stuff. I like counting things. That's what works for me. So, like, the word sprints, and, I use this, I don't know if it's an app. I don't know what the word would be, but it's a website, called Written Kitten, and you just write on that app. It's just like a word program. So you just type, and there's different settings, so you can set it to 100 words, 500 words, 1,000 words, whatever, and then every so often that you set it to, you get a picture of a cute cat, or you can switch it to puppies or bunnies. Pretty sweet. And I like simple things, you know? Simple things really make me happy, and if I get a little reward of a cute cat after 100 words, I'm pretty happy. And that brings me to number 5, reward yourself. That could be anything. I mean, don't go crazy. Don't, like, be like, oh, I wrote 100 words yesterday, so I'm gonna go buy a, I don't know, what do people, I don't buy an expensive purse or something. Not that I would ever buy an expensive purse, because everything explodes in those. Anyway, but, like, for me, tea. I drink tea a lot. Everybody knows this about me, but, sometimes if I'm having a rough time, writing, I'll make a cup of tea, and I'll be like, okay, it's gotta still be hot by the time I'm done writing these 500 words. So that will be my reward, is hot tea. If I don't get these 500 words done soon, it's gonna be cold. I'm not gonna drink cold tea, because it's not iced tea, it's hot tea. You know? But it's a reward, kind of. You trick your brain into thinking it's a reward, you know? Or, like, I have candy. Okay, candy. Or, you know, I'll, like, get, like, a few minute break, or, like, I don't know, anything you like. Just keep around you. That's what I like to do. I like to keep it in front of me, so, like, I'll have my mug here, or my candy in this little pumpkin, and every time I make my goal, I'll get, like, a piece of candy, or some tea, and, like I said, it's simple. It's like kind of like I'm a toddler when I'm writing. I'm like, okay, I need 10 minutes of TV time, and then I need 10 minutes of playtime, and then I need a candy, and then I need tea. It works for me. But yeah, those are just 5 tips that I use pretty much every night when I write. So my routine is, I work during the day, and I do whatever I'm doing, and usually I'm home, from doing whatever at, like, 8 or 9. It's like almost 10 now because I'm procrastinating making this video. But I'll write until I'm done, and I'm usually done. If I start at like 8, I'm usually Forgot to turn off my Facebook. I'm usually done by like, I don't know, 11-ish. And that's on a really good night. Like if I keep writing past the word count. I usually do go past the word count because I like to take a day off like once a week. But yeah, those are my tips. So to just break it all down, don't edit. I have it written down because I don't even remember. Don't edit. Have a specific routine, either the same time or the same place, same chair. You get it. Don't compare yourself to other writers. Writing sprints, and reward yourself. That's what works for me. And I'm gonna stop making weird facial expressions for the rest of this video. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm trying to make those piggies, they're just so cute. I'm trying to make more videos sometime. I'm planning on having my new book out like either December or January, so I'm gonna be busy until then. But I have some video ideas planned, so hopefully I will be back with a video soon. But in the meantime, good luck with your books if you're doing NaNoWriMo, and I hope this helps. Bye!